Welcome to the barn projects. In this video we'll talk about the first steps in our installation here, and it was really needed. Cleanup. We first saw the land in 2020, and back then we were living in the Netherlands with our 2 cats and our bunny. So we visited the barn for the first time just before Christmas 2020, and we immediately fell in love with it, but lots of cleaning up was needed. That's what everyone told us, like it's a crazy project. The land was owned by an old friend of my dad, and they started renovating it approximately 20 years ago, but they never finished. I remember going there when I was around 10 years old with my parents, and we were helping that friend. I also remember playing in the field back then. It was fun. Since approximately 2000, the land was abandoned, only with an occasional visit to check on it, but no maintenance was done. So as you can imagine, nature took its course and claimed back that space. The whole driveway was blocked by trees and bushes. Luckily a local farmer had cows in the field, so that part was still quite clean and the grass was short, but the rest was completely overgrown. We had to park next to the road and walk either through the spiky driveway or the muddy field. It was an experience. All around the barn it was completely overgrown with bramble and thorny trees, which made access quite difficult. We couldn't go through at all because the cows didn't maintain around the barn itself. We started coming more regularly and doing things on the land around March 2023. We didn't own it yet due to some administrative blockages, but we had approval from the previous owner. When we started coming more and more and investing time and money in that land, we were still living in the Netherlands, so we came only for a few days at a time during vacation or weekends, carrying all the tools and equipment in the car every time, as we had nowhere else to store it, and there were nowhere on the land to basically keep it secured. We looked at renting an apartment or house nearby, or even maybe going to live at my parents' place, but in the end we settled on buying a mobile home, installing it on our land and living in it. But to do that we had to clean up the driveway and to have a place to put the mobile home. So the first steps, we enlisted the help of the owner and of my brother, and we worked hard to clear up most things in front of the barn and around it a little bit. We needed access to the back for an inspection of the septic tank.
What are we doing today?
Trying to clear the forest at the back, because basically we started working on this in February or March, something like this, but we never actually finished, so it's a bit of a mess, and for the work to start, and then we need to clean this up a bit. It was really difficult because it was mostly hawthorn and brambles with really long thorns and very prickly. Luckily we were prepared and we had some special gloves that allow you to handle those without hurting yourself. They're made of some sort of leather that is quite resistant to those. It feels like a superpower to be able to grab those. And we also had a few accidents, of course, but nothing serious. A few days later my parents and brother helped us to clear the driveway, which was also full of bushes and trees, and this way we could actually bring the car next to the barn, and later on we could bring in the mobile home. That made a huge change already, and we were super happy to see things move. That was a big first step in our project. 2 months later we came back with the owner to clear up some of his things also that were left in the barn, and throw away all the garbage and all the things that were left to rot, especially in the container. There is like a sea container on land. It was full of old boxes, and the mice had taken over the entire container. There were communities of mice in there. It was pretty disgusting. The barn itself was also full of various things that were left behind. We even found some food in the cupboards, open bags of chips from 2002, mayonnaise jars, and even a bottle of whiskey in the fridge, which we ended up drinking, and it was fine. Then we cleaned up further the place where we would eventually place the mobile home, and that allowed us to install the mobile home and to live on the land at some point, to be able to come for longer and to focus a little bit more on the land and have a place to stay. If you like our story and want to follow us, please don't forget to subscribe, this helps us a lot. Stay tuned for the next video where we will show you how we install our temporary housing, a mobile home. See you soon, bye bye!